victory according to esportsbets.io. That is the likelihood.
That's not very nice of you, Johnny.
I mean, I do not know any other way to phrase it.
Well, I don't need you to phrase anything, Jonathan, because we have a video, and I believe we spoke to Fly. Question being, how can you tell when you're winning a game? Let's ask Fly.
So how can you tell if a game is going your way? Usually it's simple as the laning phase. If your lane is going well, you might not see the immediate effect in the first 5 minutes, but 10 minutes, 15 minutes later, you're gonna see that winning this lane actually had a way bigger impact than it showed. And you can tell when you win your lane. The only thing that's hard to say is like how the other lanes are going, you know, because you're focused on your lane. But if your other lanes are like, yeah, I'm winning my lane, and you're like, oh, we're winning our lane, you know it's going good.
That's not my experience, Fly. A lot of people tell me they win their lanes, and it doesn't feel that way when we get to the mid game, let me tell you.
Well, I can at least say last game, I'm sure I did it! Shopify Rebellion. I've been avoiding that mistake, and suddenly it just comes out. Shopify.
I apologize to Shopify Rebellion.
I'm so sorry. I was thinking of music for some reason.
Yeah.
They were winning their lanes, right? And, well, I'm sure they were feeling it too. You know, Fly tactically feeding a couple of times. All good. he knows what is a winning lane, and obviously that's a sacrifice that we're willing to make, Mike.
Yeah, absolutely. Shopify Rebellion.
Look at this. A concerted effort to group as 4 to cut the tree line, remove the hoodwink from the game. Widge, your trees are gone.
Yes, they are. There's one more, Fly. Get rid of it. There you go. Even more. TZ, he's not happy about these damn trees. He's chopping down even more.
You know what sucks? It used to be like a 5 to 6 minute respawn for trees, right? Now it's just like 2 minutes.
I think it's 3 minutes.
2 trees somewhere there.
Yeah.
No, it used to be longer, is what I'm saying, and now it'll just come back midway through laning. But, you know, the first 2 levels for Wish, not going to feel fun.
Nah. TZ's got literally no regen, by the way, on the laner. Just gone into he's just going straight Falcon Blade.
Yeah.
Shopify Rebellion. Gonna find a bounty rune for themselves. Very, very good. Should be a 2-for-2 trade. And I believe I'm the only talent so far, Jonathan, who hasn't messed up their name. I'd like my credit.
Yes, I think so. Before I messed up, it would have been 2 of us now.
Ironic that you were making fun of my English earlier.
Well, you know, I can't read. I pretend. I just get by, Mike.
All right, Jonathan.
That's why I got the eye surgery.
I'll leave you.
Why you gotta be so mean?
Bottom lane, a lot of harassment already coming out. Now, mind you, this is a very dangerous lane for the side of Alpha, right? Because you've got an Earth Spirit with a Dark Sea. Now, this is every Dark Spirit, Earth Spirit player's dream. There's that English we talked about. Earth Spirit players every dream. You have Iron Shore, John. Very fun when you're playing a hero like Earth Spirit.
Absolutely, and you've got really good targets to go on. Of course, the CM can stop you with a Frostbite once that's up, but it's a very easy target to punish for existing down the line. Rises is doing a decent enough job of actually farming while Crit does get the pull off.
Fly is chasing down Monster here, John. Look at that.
Oh, outstanding, yes. That's what we like to see. Being really aggressive on that Sven.
Never mind that, because Arteezy's died.
You know what happened there?
Arteezy's died.
You know what happened there? He went into a place with trees. They spent all that time to cut the tree line.
Oh.
It's behind the tier 1. There are some trees. So
Look at that. Arteezy's bought some regen. Well, there you go. Good on you, Arteezy. He's learned his lesson. Meanwhile, bottom lane, Crit is literally torturing Tiger. Literally torturing him with this Iron Shell.
Oh.
Tiger, gonna try for the deny, not gonna be able to find it. A 1-for-1 trade. I dare say Alpha's a little bit happier with their target.
I'd say they're more than happy, you know, taking out Arthur. Wish, not having a tree line, suddenly finding one because of that pull. It works out massively in their favor. I would argue that Arthur did buy the tango just to cut more trees rather than reach out. Possibly, Mike. We'll never know, but possibly.
No. Light Strike Array is out. Looks like they've caught the hoodwink, but we're just going to be just fine. Just a hell of a lot of harassment being dealt out. Always fun to have a double stun line up here with the laner. In fact, it used to be the other way around. You used to play POS 1 Sven and POS 5 laner.
Yeah.
Not so much anymore.
That is exactly what Fear said, of course, him being a prolific
I
Sven player.
don't listen to Fear, John. I tune out.
I didn't know you had hearing problems as well, Mike.
I choose to tune out, Jonathan. It's not hearing problem. Let me tell you. Me and Fear, we have our problems, me and him. I know he's listening right now. Fear has not smiled at me once ever since I've been here.
I don't think he smiles on anyone in principle here, Mike.
No, he certainly doesn't. We'll get him one day. Fly, gonna move in with the Stormhammer. Light Striker Raider land. Wish, gonna Fairy Fire up. It probably won't matter though. And it will not. Arteezy able to get some revenge. Fly doesn't really have anything to throw out any longer. Just trying to harass out the Lycan. Find some nice tasty walls for themselves. Very, very nice.
Yeah, good recovery coming out for Arteezy up top. Still a bit behind in the CS. So gonna have to play some catch up down the line. Down bot is a bit of a massacre right now.
Yeah, Tiger, he's getting completely surrounded. He will drop. Rises will be okay. It's just very hard. Like Earth Spirit with Iron Shell, it's just not very fun when you're a CM. Top lane monsters literally dying to fly at the moment and will go down. Arteezy though, Arteezy's gonna drop another time. Wish is able to find the kill.
Yeah, they're finding some punishment here on Alpha, finding some big core kills. Remember last game we were talking about who exactly was dying in Shopify Rebellion, and it tended to be Fly. This time, they're finding the core kills, at least on Arteezy. So, you know, it's a better story for Alpha. It allows them to build a little bit more momentum. Unfortunately, you're at the point where Wish is level 4 and Monster is level 2, so not quite the EXP and gold distribution you'd want here.
No. What I think, in fact, hold that thought, because top, or rather bot lane, Rises got rolled on. He'll be okay. I think it's about time for Fly to assert his dominance. I think it's time for Fly to transition to POS 1. Arteezy's died twice. He doesn't get the roll anymore. Fly's going to do it. Monster barely gets away. Fly, after some wolves, they won't find them. Meanwhile, bottom lane, Rises getting chased down, though it seems like Saberlight's going to drop now. Crit's gone too far. Crit will probably go down to boom. So Rises finds 2 kills plus Crit's courier, and it's currently 4-4. 1k advantage to the way of Alpha.
Yeah, that's pretty big for Alpha. Remember what Fly said in his interview. How do you know you're winning your lane? Well, this isn't quite winning, but at the same time with their CS, it's not quite losing. Still, I wouldn't call this winning lanes right now. So I'm curious how Shopify Rebellion kind of corrects that. I think the one lane you can say is outright winning is Abed's lane up against Soul. Tiny versus DP. Abed's been working the lane quite nicely, although Soul's not too far behind. But it's probably your most stable lane. And Soul is still set to have a decent enough level 6 timing. They can start to play around the push potential coming out of the Death Prophet quite nicely. Considering the pressure you're getting on the side lanes here as well, Alpha can start to open up the map in a big way, and that could make a massive difference in comparison to Game 1.
Yeah. Bottom lane, a bit of a creep skipping going on now for Shopify Rebellion. I guess that's what you do when you have a tough lane. You just creep skip, don't play the lane. And oh, they'll find 2 bounty runes for themselves down bot as well. And farming the jungle together. Look at this, John. Look at the teamwork between Saberlight and Crit.
Yeah, you know, stay together, die together, farm together.
Is that
it's a unit.
Is that a Seb line?
Probably. Will be at some point, I'm sure.
Right.
He must have said it at some point as well.
Yeah. Roll away. Saberlight will cop the blood right. Rises. Gets kicked away.
Ooh,
not onto the
almost
cliff though. Crit, a little bit short there. Still the chase is on. Rises really wants to punish them for their shenanigans here in the jungle. His Crit is dropping extremely low now and might just be gone. He'll try to roll the other way, but the Bloodright is going to land. Saberlight, vacuum, body blocks out, but the Frostbite is going to land. Crit will die. Still Arbet going to try and punish at least Tiger. Can't find him for the toss. Tiger still on the run. And in fact, Saberlight's in trouble. Saberlight's going to go down. A double kill for the CM. Arbet's still chasing. Tiger eventually will drop. But my goodness, 6-5 now. Shopify Rebellion, Jonathan, really struggling in this game number 2.
Yeah, look, maybe they're having a little bit too much fun. Alpha's capitalizing on that. They're definitely having fun right now with how the lanes are turning out. Rise is #1 in that word. Already has that Rupture ready to go. Free space for Soul down mid to play around with Exo. He did manage to get some good damage onto that mid-tier 1. Alpha has a good foundation in this game. Like, despite those odds we saw from esportsbets.io, this is, well, a bit of a rockier start for Shopify Rebellion. I think they've got to have a little respect here. Although, to be fair, you're back at the same point where Arteezy's been left alone up top, and you can't really bully him out with Lycan and the Hoodwink too much, at least.
Roll in. Ryze is going to be targeted. Abed is here, and he's had enough of the messing about down at bot lane, though they do miss out on the Bloodseeker. In fact, we're just going to rotate. There's a Rupture out onto Saberlight. Saberlight's going to have to tank the Bloodbright damage, but can they get the job done? Wish he will bushwhack and it'll be fine. In fact, more rotations to come from Alpha. They want Abed on that Tiny. Abed, he just came to help out his team, but his team, they are way too far behind, so they are just going to drop.
Yep, they're really getting aggressive down bot. Ryze is really letting Saberlight know what he thinks about the lane so far. Maybe that's one way to find out if you're not winning your lane. Your enemy tips you.
Very good.
Could be one way. 8-5, Alpha doing pretty damn well. This is a fantastic start. Ryze is, again, farming quite nicely. To be fair, the trickle-down gold isn't quite there. Soul and Monster are off to a slower start. Arteezy and Saberlight are still doing pretty well. Abed kind of tying out with Soul. So your timings are still kind of lined up here for Shopify Rebellion to kind of hit. It does feel like they didn't quite get the value out of the Earth Spirit and Darkseer lane, and Saberlight's in trouble again.
That he is. We'll go for a run, but the Frostbite is there. Saberlight, he's just going to die. Another time. Is that his? Oh, it is. The arcane ring. The creeps. One of the neutrals died.
What?
He probably Iron Shelled the Centaur Conqueror.
What?
Or was it crit?
Oh, yeah, maybe, yeah. Oh, no.
Oh, boy.
It's an arcane ring.
So wait,
That is...
if crit hit the damn jungle and the Iron Shell gets the kill, then the neutral will fly to...
That is... I thought it has a range limit. That's something that always happens when you have a Spirit Breaker around charging through. It's actually so infuriating.
That's hilarious.
They have 2 arcane rings. Alpha literally have everything for success. Everything for success. 9-5. Smokes out. 2 arcane rings. Can you ask for anything more?
Not quite. Let's see what they can do with it. Oh, this is a fantastic start to this game number 2. Oh.
Sorry, just 1 arcane ring. I think my game bugged out and showed me 2.
Okay.
For some reason. 1, still good. It's not yours. Feels like 2.
Here we go. Alpha. They'll move into the mid-tier 1 tower. Shopify, big avalanche out from Abed. Crit will move in. Massive magnetize connecting on 2, but a freezing through from Tiger's a big problem. Fly is gone. Tiger dropping low. So is Soul. They'll try to get to work here, Shopify, but they're a little bit behind. Still, they're fighting back, but Arteezy goes down. They're chasing Tiger. But Saberlight, he will give his life away for this. And now Shopify. What have they done? What have they done in this game?
Well, they're playing a heck lot better. They're the aggressors. They're the ones jumping in. They've got the lineup that can rip through these objectives, and they rip through mid. They open up the jungle a lot more. They can start to eat into that farm that Arteezy might want for himself. And Shopify Rebellion, maybe they get a little bit too aggressive in the laning phase. They keep lining up down bot. The response from Alpha was on point. And we have a fire alarm. Oh boy, here we go.
Here we go.
All right.
Well, that's not good.
Hopefully things are okay.
Hopefully there's actually no fire going on. So anyway, state of the game, 12-7, very slight net worth lead. We're looking at a replay right now of that previous team fight, and it turns out if you give that much away in your laning stage, doesn't matter how good you really are, you are still probably going to lose the team fights. And Alpha currently have a 61% win probability in this game.
Yeah, it's looking pretty good. 11 minutes in. Net worth difference isn't that big, to be fair, but it sets a really strong foundation for this team to find some success here. Like the farm is building up now for Ryzes. You're hitting your item beats here on Monsters Lycan. His Overlord shouldn't be too far off if this maintains the momentum. And the Kai Sanj for Soul is also just going to be massive. Also, worthy of note is that Wish has been getting a lot of those kills, so he does get a lot of EXP. Level 7 is a pretty good mark for that Hoodwink in the laning phase. And for Shopify, you need to recover. You need to give RTZ some room now to build up. You do have the go-ahead, so it looks like everything is good, fortunately. And yeah, again, they kind of commit too hard on trying to make this Earth Spirit and Darkseer combination work down bot, so much so that they were punished for diving. And that's the beauty of just having this simple combination of CM Bloodseeker. It's really easy to punish when someone runs in. Like it's such a great way to stop Earth Spirit from rolling around and to stop the surge from being really impactful. And you can just easily turn it into kills.
Light. Mid lane. Oh, the Frostbite's not going to make it in time. Tiger, he was just barely out of range. Hit one top tower going down here from Alpha. They'll be very happy about that. No such thing happening on the other side of the map. Seems like Shopify Rebellion just accepting their fate and going for the farm game at the moment. Way too far behind. Even though it's less than a 1k net worth lead the way of Alpha, it seems like at the very least in terms of XP, they're just so far behind. The Saberlight, top lane, just taking so much damage from Wish, he is probably just going to die. Surge away, one more hit will do it, but no, they don't have enough.
Just poking and prodding, looking for openings here on Alpha's end towards Shopify Rebellion. That is starting to give space for RTZ to, again, just farm bot, and he will switch places now. But the ideas are very different here for Alpha. They're playing aggressively, they're playing like they're ahead, which they are by a very small margin, but they're still looking good. They need to keep that pressure up. I think when you're playing against Shopify Rebellion, you never let your foot off the gas. You've just got to keep running, you've just got to keep fighting. You have to prevent them from farming up. Because, quite frankly, they need quite a fair bit of farm. We're looking for the blink on Abed. 100 gold away, though. Not too far off now. We're looking for that BKB on RTZ. Still a ways to go. A bit of a slower game for Saberlight here as well, considering the activity on his lane. So it's like this is your moment to shine. No defensive items up. No damage mitigating items. They have taken it a little bit easy for now. The Soul does have the exorcism ready if they want to shove in a different lane. But giving these moments to equalize, I think it favors Shopify Rebellion. Again, once you hit this blink timing on Abed, he could probably just go playing around again like we saw in Game 1.
Yeah, there's that blink up. Let's see how it goes. I mean, he still almost has the max avalanche toss combination. Abed probably has the ability to blow pretty much anyone up off the map.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Just bring the blink up. Meanwhile, I mean, Alpha, they're smoked up. They are still ahead. So you want to keep that aggression going if you can. Especially if you can find Arteezy on that laner, who is now top of the net worth board. Rotation in.
Oh.
Mid lane perhaps is where they go. Fly is perfectly fine. Top side, they do see Arteezy, but there's now a counter smoke from Shopify Rebellion. Rush in, Abed, he'll be on the front lines, and he's going to find Rises on that Bloodseeker. Toss him back to crit, and that'll be Rises gone. Top side, Arteezy's being chased, but Tiger's gone past the tier 2 tower. Tiger's dived right past the tier 2 tower on this Crystal Maiden. He is probably just kind of screwed. Meanwhile, towards the other side, Wish does get caught out. That's your dominating spree being given back the way of Shopify, and of course Saberlight. He's been waiting roughly 10 minutes for this moment. The tips start flying out.
Yeah, and all of a sudden, Shopify Rebellion off the back of 3 hero kills take the net worth lead themselves now. Again, it's been fairly close for the two teams in that interim period. I have to say one very weird thing that always catches me off guard. Toss into roll. A rolling Earth Spirit can collide with something flying in the air.
Correct.
How does that make sense?
Bottom lane. We get into Rises once again, John. Hold that thought. I'm trying to come up with reasoning.
Give me some in-game lore. Why can this rolling boulder...
Well, it is a boulder. Perhaps the Tiny isn't tossing them as high as it looks, John. Right?
That's fair. You know what? I don't think trees are this small in comparison to a lot of
Yeah,
stuff.
look at them. Look at
That
them,
is
John.
true.
I mean, the heroes are basically the same size as the trees.
That is true. That is. You know what? I will accept this. You are a wise man, Michael Phoenix.
Thank you, Jonathan.
Just as wise as Shopify Rebellion is for playing as a unit there. Taking that lead back, 3K up all of a sudden off the back of those kills. And Alpha, they're not out of it, honestly. They're still in the game, but I feel like they need to progress in the map now. You were goofing around the lanes, you found some kills, you took some good tier 1s. Now you need to elevate that. Take over the jungle, shut down map space, and go for tier 2s at some point.
Give me a sharpshooter on crit. He's actually quite tanky now, just with that vid booster. It's like Shopify not finding the fight they wanted. We'll back off. I mean, Arteezy's kind of huge now. In fact, top 3 net worths on the board are all on the side of Shopify Rebellion. Into the mid-tier 1 tower they go. Saberlight getting tips from Monster now. Saberlight will not forget.
Saberlight will remember this.
In fact, he might remember right now, John. Monster misses or avoids the roll, still gets caught out, and he is gone. Go on, Saberlight. You know you want to do it. Give him the tip.
Oh,
Might have to wait it out. Salt moving in. Saberlight getting stunned up. Might just die, and does. Fly still running. Alpha. They'll find another. They do lose the mid-tier 1 tower in the process, however.
yeah, it's a back and forth. It does feel pretty good for Alpha, a support in the core for at least one core. Mid-tier 1 is a bit of a worrying thing. Shopify Rebellion will now just constantly smoke across, as they have been. The mid-tier 1 hasn't really stopped them from doing that, but it was a bit of protection coming out there for Alpha. And again, they haven't made too much progress inside the laning phase. It's still a bit early, perhaps, to consider that. Because they blow up Wish here as well.
Yeah. Just a bit. Jumping in, avalanche toss combination, more than enough to deal with the hoodwink. Not much she can do. So 14 to 13, 4K advantage. Everything's still going swimmingly here for Shopify Rebellion. Arteezy pretty much out of control when it comes to the farm game. Going into that Shadowblade up next, already has the BKB up. Helm of the Overlord is there from Monster, but I just kind of question, like, it's great timing. Can you capitalize though?
They have to. They've got to find something, force a fight, find a pick-off, go for a tier 2 somehow. It's Shopify Rebellion that's taking the initiative now, though. Another smoke out from them.
There you go. Tiger in position to break the smoke. Fly will rush in. Tiger goes for the frostbite, but they've got the vision out now on the high ground. Monster, he does get Fly, but they'll lose Tiger. Meanwhile, to the side though, Arbet, he's a much bigger target and he has been caught out. He'll try for a TP away and barely makes it. Still crit. He's going to lose his own life to Rises. So in the end of that, at the end, Shopify Rebellion, I mean, they are still maybe underestimating Alpha. They do kind of rush in, and they do get punished another time.
Yeah, and for Alpha to find those opportunities to punish it's a good sign. You know, they've got fight left in them. They need to be able to translate these wins into map control, maybe get some D wards going. The wards of Shopify Rebellion are still standing in the exact same spot, so they still have a rough idea as to where Alpha's playing at, and that can lead to a couple of issues down the line. Still, they are scouting out the top jungle just a bit, not fully committing for any sort of high ground fight there.
Alpha. Still looking good, of course. Reminder as well, the betting odds here from our betting partners, esportsbet.io, 7.63 to 1.07. Shopify Rebellion naturally being the favorites as Salt. Move in, Saberlight. Actually going to avoid the sharpshooter somehow. Fly takes it to the face. Shopify still looking for a big team fight. I mean, Arteezy's so farm. As long as the laner can hit people, there's no way they really lose.
Yeah, just built up BKB, excuse me, BKB Maelstrom into the Shadowblade next. Smoke out from Alpha though.
And here we go. Alpha, they'll try. They'd love to find Arbet first if they can. But problem is Soul is the one to get caught out. Arbet, just a toss up. Won't go too much further. goes the chase. Saberlight, he'll be the one to be ruptured up on that Darkseid. Still running, still trying to survive. They'll drop the vacuum. No wall available. It may not matter though, because Soul is going to give up his life and rises. Just rushing around with his BKB, but can't do much. Meanwhile, a frozen field going on. Tiger does get cancelled off. It's a very weird engagement between these two as Arteezy still being chased. Wish trying to at least find the leaner, but can't quite. Wish. He's going to make it up. Rises. Can't say the same for him.
Your spirit leaves your body.
Now, Shopify Rebellion, they're building in. I mean, it's what you said. Their timings are there. The BKB, the Maelstrom. They've got the damage, and they even out the game. 17-17, 8K lead up. Alpha, I mean, they've been trying, right? They've been going around with these smokes. Not quite as successful as what they were doing in the laning phase, but the effort is there. I feel like they need better vision right now. They only really have this triangle vision right now, whereas a while ago we saw Shopify Rebellion with like a really good cross-section of the river. So they had always had a good idea as to where Alpha was playing from. I think that's what Alpha needs to get more. They need more information as to where Shopify Rebellion's playing. They need to be able to move in and punish these isolated heroes, convert that to a tier 2 with Exorcism or just with a creep armory that you'd have around from Monster. Kind of go from there. Abed.
Avalanche toss combo up. Wish still alive for now. Running. Crit. Really on point with the rolling boulder though. Is going to find the hoodwink. Shopify, that's going to be enough. They'll back out of there. Not looking to try and force a tier 1 top tower. Not without Arteezy around, that's for sure. Speaking of Arteezy, he's going into the Satanic next. Almost has it.
Yeah, that must be one of the faster Satanics we've seen, hasn't it? A Maelstrom BKB Satanic with Falcon Blade. A casual plate mail there as well, for good measure.
He's got it up. It's on the way.
Yeah.
Roshan time for Arteezy. Considering the start that Shopify had, it is ridiculously fast.
It is. It's an insane rate to bounce back in here. Let's smoke out first, though.
And we go. Roll. Crit. Not going to land it, but still does land the boulder smash. And that might just be enough to secure Wish's life. And it is. Wish is gone. Rises. He pops the BKB, but he can't fight. Arteezy's right-click damage is so high. Laguna out. Arteezy's still chasing Tiger down. It's not going to be enough. But it's just like you pop this BKB, and now he gets caught anyway. Abed's going to get a double kill. Soul pops the ulti now, but chances are they're just kind of screwed. Wall is there with the vacuum setup, and Soul is dead.
Yeah, that's massive.
Oh, they found the 5th one as well.
Absolutely massive commitment coming out from Alpha, and now it's starting to feel like they're streaming in one by one, at least in that very specific fight. They kind of just rush in, they feel like it's an opportunity, isn't quite. And now Shopify Rebellion has this open invitation to just take Roshan, which does not take them too long to clear out here. So Alpha, I mean, again, they've got power. We've seen it before. They can play up against Shopify Rebellion, but now the decision making just feels a little bit flat. As the Aegis is up, you've got your full blink up now. On Saberlight can be easier to initiate. You've got so many tools on Shopify Rebellion, and for Alpha, I mean, your Bloodseeker needs more. Like, this Basher coming through is going to help, but it needs time.
Bottom. Wish again caught out. Nice little stun there from Arteezy. Trusting Abed tosses it right to him. Towards the west side, Tiger. We'll go for a bit of a run. Crits on the chase, however. Still juking and jiving here in this tree line. We'll go for the freezing field, and poor old Fly runs into it. Still they'll find him with the vacuum. Eventually Tiger's just dead. No issues there for Shopify Rebellion. So let Abed have the kill. Abed 9-1-9 now. Had he not died earlier, he would have currently been completely undefeated between both games.
Yeah, it would have been, unfortunately, not quite. Still, I think overall, you know, I'm not sure how to explain that laning phase, though. You know, just going back to what Fly was saying. Maybe they were trying to test Fly's feelings on winning lanes as they find Soul.
They call that a handicap, Jonathan.
I suppose so. I suppose so. doesn't feel like they gave enough of a handicap, almost.
Not currently, it doesn't. I think Shopify Rebellion are kind of just sending a message right now.
And that they are. And they managed to find that bot here too. Outpost ready for the taking. I mean, at this point, it's looking pretty tricky into how you jump the back line here and just kind of focus in the Lina. I mean, I guess that should be Monster's job. Rush in, shapeshift, helm the Overlord creep, try to focus in. But Shopify Rebellion just playing such a great team game right now. Like they're just working themselves really well, playing off each other's strengths. There is hold from Alpha. They can shove back on these waves quite nicely with the Hoodwink, with the Bloodseeker, even with the Death Prophet as well. But I don't know how you take fights now. Like there's just too much coming out on Shopify Rebellion, and you just haven't made process. 18k at 27 minutes. I mean, that's a lot.
It's a lot. And most of that's just on Arteezy. Look at the Arteezy's net worth compared to everyone else. It's just... It's classic Arteezy. He's just been hitting creeps the whole game.
And he died like 2 times in lane.
Yeah.
To Widge.
Yeah.
Solo.
Yeah.
I mean...
That did happen.
I mean, that's already the ideal for Alpha. You managed to get that circumstance, and then they suddenly start rotating bot and leave Arteezy alone, and this happens.
Whoopsie daisies. Arbit messes up the toss back a little bit. Arteezy has a very nice Grove Bow, so he's just going to stand outside of tower range. No issues here for Arteezy.
Very balanced. I still remember when you could do this with the range ore that Venge had.
Ah, yes.
Those were very ugly days.
Yeah, I hated that so much. Jump in. Tiger, not going to get blown up, but eventually Arbit will just toss the tree, force the buyback out from Tiger. Arbit, he'll just literally walk out with the Rupture. Doesn't seem to mind the damage too much, because Arteezy's there to back him up. Arteezy just seems completely unflustered. I mean, this is literally the definition of too easy for Arteezy at the moment.
Yeah. It's just nonplussed by anything happening in this game right now. Just focusing on those buildings. And the mid-racks are set to fall. That's the fortified down with no refresh because the tier 3 is already gone.
Yeah.
So 1 racks, they could swing down. Bot, top, it still has a tier 1. So, you know, you have that going for you right now in Alpha.
There it goes. Oops. Bottom racks, perhaps, for Shopify Rebellion?
Yeah, why not? Nothing stopped them. Full AC up now as well in Arteezy.
Excellent.
This is some sick timings.
Arteezy just casually breaking records for the DPC. Very, very good to see. I mean, I'm not sure if they are breaking records right now. He's just farming extremely fast. Arbit, that'll be Tiger gone.
Oh.
Saberlight, oh, that's a great vacuum wall. Monster's been dragged back. He is gone. And what else do you say? Shopify Rebellion. They give him a good start. And then this happens anyway. Arbit gets caught out. He's gone. Or rather, Arbit catches Widge. Widge is gone.
Yeah, this... I mean, to be fair, I don't know anyone that would have expected different from this game. And I think, again, game 2, Alpha finds a lot more. They're still going, though.
Yeah, they are. Arbit's just tossing them back. Anyone else? That's it. GG.
Yeah, that's it. That's... What can you do?
Yeah.
What can you do? I
What
mean,
can you do?
The odds, I think, told the story from the start. You know, 1.07 to 7.63 in favor of Shopify Rebellion, esportbets.io.